Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome to Detox on a Friday night. Hope everybody's doing well. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome to Detox. All right, if you'd like to join me for a 5-minute mindfulness meditation, go ahead and choose a comfortable upright seated position. In 5 minutes, even if you feel a lot when you're sitting, it should be something that we can begin to build an understanding and a relationship with. So, head above your heart, legs can be crossed. You can sit on a block or elevate your bum to create more space in your hips and a little bit more lightness in your spine. Hey, Ari. Okay, let's bring our eyes to a close. Relax the back of the jaw, the bottom of your jaw. It helps to trace some softness through your body. It'll help to bring you into a bit more stillness. And wherever your mind may be, start to bring it towards your breath, observing the air as it comes into your body and as it goes out of your body. And let your hands soften onto your knees or your thighs, rest your shoulders. And your light focus is on the observation of your breath to ground you in your meditation. All else can exist as it is. Let's hold this space, have a nice practice, and I'll call you back in a few minutes. You soften your chin into your chest. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And take a moment to acknowledge all that you've given to your practice and all that your practice has given to you up to this point. And I thank you all so much for sharing the space. You can bring your eyes back into the room. And take a breath, a moment to reflect what you're feeling inside as you bring yourself back with your eyes. And again, welcome back on a Friday night detox. Brian Boone, howdy. Hi, Emily. Roz, good evening. A few minutes if you're still getting situated. And it may look the same, but I actually made another move. So I don't know if this is move number 5 at this point, but I've actually moved over to the main studio. I'll be hosting the live streams in the main studio as I began testing and turn the heat back on in the private studio. So just kind of gearing things up. Remember, that room is available for one-on-one sessions. Could be a nice way. I think many will want to kind of reintroduce themselves in different ways. So we have the private studio for one-on-one sessions, and then we also have the main studio for our group classes. And the space that I'm sitting in now, this is actually where I did the very first live stream. Just a little bit different the setup as I've learned more, gotten lights and things like that. But it's about 1,300 square feet. So on a regular or pre-COVID day, we've had, I think, up to 70 people in this room practicing together. 4 rows, 16 people each row, something like that. But we'll, post-COVID, we'll social distance, being as aware and mindful of the recommendations, and obviously make the public health the priority. So, we could be talking somewhere along the lines of 20 people in a class, and then just go on that ride of building and being patient and processing, all that there is to offer us. And I tell you what, 10 people in this room is powerful. And the energy fills the space somehow, and you'd go, how do you fit 70 people in the room? And it's powerful. So, anything in between, think of the energy that you're, giving and sharing through your own personal practice at home. And so when you start to combine that together with your fellow practitioners, it's pretty powerful, pretty amazing. Hey, Sarah. First live class. Amazing. We're back in the main studio. Nice to have you. Hey, Chandrea. If you guys have any questions about your practice, anything that you're feeling, always feel free to message me. You can email me. You can direct message me on Instagram. So that is me on the urban Instagram and also my yoga life. And I just want to thank everybody, whether you participated or if you listened to the yoga life chat today. We have another hour of dishing on the yoga life and just seeing what your questions and what your practice is drawing up and how we can explore yoga in our life and life in our yoga. So I shared a little bit more today about that latest project that I told you guys about, building a patio at the house. So kind of filled in some of that and things that I observed while I was doing that. And so I hope you enjoy. And it's 7:30, so let's go ahead and start the playlist here on earbuds. If you're following along with music on Spotify, you can start that now. And once you feel ready and you've got your volume set, hey Derek, Derek, I was just mentioning we're back in the main studio, so first time back in the main studio since we started the live stream. The very first practice was in the main studio, and then I moved it to the house. So remember, I always talk about circles and how much, right? Think about that first practice in the live stream, and then all the way now into this point. Okay, that was one cycle. We had no idea how long it was going to be. Took us on quite a ride. When you're ready, go ahead and lie down onto your back, please. If you'd like any support, pillows, blankets underneath your head. And if you're supporting under the head, you want the block of the pillow underneath the occipital ridge, the bone in the back of your head, so that your shoulders can relax heavy. Let's take up some space tonight. Take your arms out like a T. Separate your heels a bit wide, but not too wide to where you're gripping with your glutes. So just wide enough, and then you can keep your bum soft. It's a great position if you are on a block to roll your head out from side to side. And as we're transitioning, everybody, we are transforming. We'll never be the same. In the most beautiful, positive way, with as much clean energy that we can offer to ourselves, and then layer in to support one another. We'll never be the same. And let your head settle back at center if you're rolling it out. Take a deep breath in and a light sigh as you exhale. And soften here. And sometimes you get so heavy in these poses that when your mind goes move, nothing happens. It almost feels like you're Velcro to the ground. Spin the legs and bring your feet back onto the mat. And set your feet wider than your hips. And let your knees fall in towards each other. So your inner knees, possibly your inner thighs touch. And we'll make that connection at least through the inner knees so that you can relax in the soles of your feet. And take a deeper breath, and on the exhale, feel your body settle and soften down across your low back and your sacrum. Your sacrum is spreading out. If you feel any tightness in your knees or your outer thighs, totally normal. explore and find the drive behind stillness. And think about it, if you dedicated as much time, if not more time, to stillness as you do movement, and how that might serve your head and your heart and your body. And let more weight go into the pinky toe sides of your feet, and your knees begin to come apart. You notice the pause when the knees are as wide as your heels. And coming out, feel a deep breath, fill your belly. At the end of your exhale, cross your left ankle onto your right thigh, just above your knee. And if you have something underneath your head, please take it out and set it to the side. And take your arms out into a T and let both knees come down to the left. So you're rolling to the inner edge of your right foot, and your left ankle is hooked outside your thigh. And the legs fall heavy and your arms nice and wide. And to keep your shoulders flat and relax your tongue, remember the bottom of your jaw and your top lip. And close the eyes and observe your breath. And feel the confidence in your transformation through transition. As I spoke of this morning, the inevitable nature of change. As we embrace this pursuit of awareness and global expansion, we have to start somewhere, so we start with ourselves. And from ourselves, the likeness of our fellow students in our community, and reinforce hope and positivity and a whole lot of support we all keep each other going and hopefully on the path of waking up. In some moments, in surrender. In other moments, we're building blocks and stacking them on top. It's so interesting to watch the mind when your thoughts are having thoughts. Key word being watch. The mind with the mind. Slowly start to bring your hips back to center. You can feel that little pull out from your low back and your SI joints around your sacrum. And you can uncross your left leg, set your foot flat. And set your right ankle onto your left thigh just above your knee. And let both of your knees roll down to the right side of your mat. And so you're rolling to the inner edge of your left foot. And if you need to reset your shoulders or your head, please settle. And transformation through the transition. If you sit in a pose and you watch the mind with the mind for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, it's a lifetime of experience that may challenge you to remain still. Depending on where you are and what your mind is doing, it may be a great idea and you're totally into it, and other times you just don't understand it at all. And to be honest, the moments where you are in ways much more exciting moments to sit and to observe. Take it slow as you may feel that pull in the lower left side of your back and across your sacrum. Begin to bring your knees back. Uncross your right ankle and set both feet flat. Feel an inhale in on your exhale and soften the hips and let your legs go straight down your mat. In one of those moments, even if you think and have that thought cross your mind that you're going to move and seem remotely possible, as you drop heavier and heavier into your mat. And soften. Back to a breath. Put a soft bend to your knees and roll on to your right side as you make your way around into a tabletop. And once you come around to all, slide step your right foot in between your hands. So one hand is on each side of your right foot. And the front of your right shoulder, and settle into the top of your knee. You can always put more support or padding underneath your left knee. And from here, start to let your head get heavy. And just seeing your messages on the mic, you guys let me know if that is any better or if it continues. But never let it get in the hips heavy. You remember we're keeping the front foot framed, so your right hand is outside and your left hand is inside. Soften your chin into your chest. Keep getting heavier and heavier as the exhales roll through you. And relax the bottom part of your top lip. If you're hanging your head and there's a lot of stress, the top of the shoulders, through the back of your neck, and work that technique to relax your jaws. You're shortening the muscles in the front of your throat. And let your arms be there to balance, but you're not holding on in strength. Yet let your arms be there as a resource and to balance, and so that you're not holding your head up. And sometimes we get caught in that space in between where we're passively holding on or subconsciously gripping things in our lives, including our body, including moments and poses. And we know where our intention lies. We know the direction. That it's going to be easy. That's why it's called a practice. And take 3 breaths, slide your exhale. Stick out your tongue. And a little turn of the chin side to side. And you make sure there's no grip. And then return to the natural breath after your 3rd exhale. And we fall into it for the last minute. All right, start to bring your hips back. And you feel it through your hips and your pelvis and to your legs. And release from your right shoulder as you slide your right foot back. And come onto all fours. And come down onto your forearms. Let your tailbone stay lifted, drop heavy through the chest. And pause here for the rebound. if you're grinding the teeth. And roll your tongue around the inside of your lips. And you may really feel the sacrum to your SI joints tonight, and come back up onto your hands. And then slide step your left foot in between. Frame your front foot, so keep your left hand on the outside. You can slide your right knee back a little bit. And then soften the chin. Of course, this side can feel different than the first. And you'll get it whenever you're supposed to get it. So if the neck is aching, shorten the muscles in the front of your neck and let your head come down more. And take 3 breaths, sigh your exhales down here. And let your head hang as heavy as it can, and then settle and soften for 1 more minute on this side. Move slow hips first and then your head. And start to roll your way back onto all fours. And feel the hips and the shoulder and really everything in your left side body. And even release, and for the rebound, come down onto your elbows. Let your tailbone lift. And your chest can drop, and so you can feel the shoulder blades turn in towards the spine. You can move your hips and your head like you're slithering as a snake. Close your eyes. And you're going to keep this movement going with your eyes closed, slithering like a snake. Next time you come through center, come up to your hands. And then turn yourself and so that you're facing the right side edge of your mat. And set up for frog pose. Separate your knees as far apart as you can without rolling your hips forward or back. And so your hips stay upright in the vertical plane of your knees. And then once you start to feel the sensation here through your inner thighs up to your groin, slide your heels out. Inner edges of your feet are on the floor. And then you come down on. You can certainly adjust your arms. And turn your elbows out. Make fists with your hands. Create a little headstand with your fists and connected to your forehead. If you do that, it'll help relax all the muscles on your face. out of your hips, face. You're welcome to stay right where you are. If you'd like to slide out a little bit further, hips never move, arms slide out, and then your chest and your chin are coming down towards the ground. In 30 seconds. We'll draw through your belly as you start to lift the chest. Use the hands and tuck the chin and start to make your way back to your elbows. Embrace your core to support. And start to come back up onto your hands. And slide, let them slide. Pause, take a breath. And then start to bring one knee in, and then bring the other knee in. And as you make your way back into a tabletop, pause here, let your head hang heavy. And feel your arms support you, release the chin to your chest. All right, let's turn ourselves back to face the top of the mat. And rock off onto your left hip and come into a cross-legged seat. And the only thing I would recommend if you need something under your bum, your hips are pretty open now, would just be to roll your mat up behind you. And then lift your bum and sit onto the rolled up mat. Otherwise, right shin in front of your left shin. Cross-legged seat. And take your hands out in front so it's a modified double pigeon. Keep your sits bones heavy. And fingertips crawl out. the top, if not over the top of your mat. And less hold, less grip, more surrender. And complete practice in life includes surrender, along with all the transformation through the transition. And some say life is one great transition. And there's so many different ways to look at that. And to honor a personal practice and at the same time be fully aware and connected to all things that exist with you and around you. If you got any more room, crawl the hands out a little bit further. And perhaps your forehead comes all the way down to kiss the ground tonight. And this is a real sign of calm and being in a pretty deep forward fold. Stimulate the parasympathetic part of your nervous system, the rest and digest.
calm after the storm. You feel that as your eyes are closed, you begin to walk your hands back in, rolling yourself up one vertebra at a time. You feel the energy. Cap the knees with your hands, elbows by your sides like you're getting ready to play the piano. You watch the lightness in your chest. And keep riding the waves, open the eyes. And go ahead and switch. Bring your left shin in front of your right shin. And just makes one hip a bit higher than the other. And set your bum. And legs are crossed. And begin to bring the hands back out in front. And remember, you can always have that mat rolled up underneath your bum if your hips are pretty tight. And release.
toes already or soon to be kissing the mat tonight. Round. Head is the last thing to rise. Start to walk your hands in. And close your eyes as you feel the flow come back in your hips, in your spine. Cap the knees with your hands. And sit in this lightness. And without disturbing the trajectory of this practice, and this evening, go ahead and uncross your legs. And you're going to simply melt down onto your back. And the flow comes back into your knees, down your legs to your feet. And slide all the way down onto the back so that your shoulders and your head and touch the ground. And really belly, soften the toes. And make any final adjustments that you need to. And just watch your breath here tonight. you all to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. I hope you have a peaceful evening and a nice deep sleep. And see you for our flow practice. And thank you all so much. Namaste.